Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Hope you enjoy it. And today we're going to do a tag video. And this is a tag de France. Okay, I'm going to butcher this because I don't speak French, but let's just call it the tag de France. And this was created by Gavin at Genre Books, and I was tagged by Mark at the book thing. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, it consists of 10 prompts, and we're just going to kick off straight away. And as I say, I'm probably going to butcher the French language, and I apologize to all French people that are watching me, but I don't speak French. So number one is Le Grand Depart. Let's just say Le Grand Depart, okay. And it is a memorable preface, introduction, or opening line. And for all of you Stephen King fans, you can read with me, because there can only be one opening line. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed. Yeah, totally iconic line from an absolutely incredible thing that I'm actually going to talk about a little bit later, because yeah, it's just an incredible, incredible series of books. But yeah, that's a gunslinger. Okay, number two is Maillot Vert. And that is a book under 150 pages. And I'm going with a Kindle book that is ranked in my top 30 books of all time. That is A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen Peck. And really, it just packs an absolute punch. I've already reviewed it. All I'm going to say is, imagine that hell is a vast library, and I mean vast, unimaginable levels. And all you have to do to get out is to find a book about the story of your life. Sounds easy, right? Nah. I'm not going to talk any more about the plot. Just read this book. It haunted me for days, even a week after I finished reading it. It's just something else. So that is A Short Stay in Hell. Okay, number three, King of the Mountains. Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to try and speak French. A book that you persevered with and are glad that you did. That is easier for me. That is my book of 2023. That is Dan Simmons' A Terror. This book is meticulously researched. It is long. It's based on a true story of the Franklin expedition. That was a disaster. And it is absolutely worth your time and effort. This is an absolutely harrowing horror tale, historical horror tale, and really, really well worth your time. Incredible attention to detail, to characters, to setting, to everything. But before you know, you're going to get sucked in, and you're just going to want to carry on reading. And you get into the minds of these characters, and you're going to be slogging through the snow and ice with them, and desperate, and yeah. This book is mind-blowing. The Terror. Okay, we've got another French name. Number four, Maillot Jaune, I think. A book where yellow is prominent. Okay, I'm just going to throw it. I suppose that's yellow on the cover. Haven't read it. Richard Lehman, Fiends. Oh, I do want to read this though. The World's Greatest Serial Killers, with a nice mugshot of Jeffrey Dahmer in the front there. And then this one, The Dark Flood by Dion Meyer. Now Dion Meyer is an Afrikaans writer. He's a South African writer. All his books have been translated into English and lots of other languages, internationally renowned. And he writes crime, thriller, and really high octane novels. So do yourself a favour if you haven't heard of him, Dion Meyer. I think the one that I like the most is one called 13 Hours, and it's set in Cape Town. And it's devastating, it's fast paced, very, very thrilling. Okay, the next one is Lanterne Rouge, a book you relate to. That's a tough one. because I can't really think of any book. Actually, I'm going to go with the author, and that was Robert McCammon, who's now one of my favorite authors, my top 3, and I only discovered him at the end of 2022, where I read Swan Song, which I still say is the best book I've ever read. In last year, I read Boy's Life and 2 or 3 of his other books, and I'm just still going through. He's an author for me, but yeah, you could say I discovered him a little bit on the late side, 2022. That is Robert McCammon. Okay, the next one is Hors, catégorie. Okay, Hors, catégorie. What's the hardest book that you've read or failed to read? Okay, so I suppose this book is a DNF. You might pick it up again once, maybe one day. And that is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielowski. Okay, yeah, this book is very complex. It requires a lot of time commitment, in my opinion. It requires a lot of effort, concentration, and I picked it up maybe too young, and I just really wasn't in the mood for a book that made me really concentrate that much. I might pick it up again at some stage in my life. I mean, a lot of people call this a horror masterpiece, best horror book ever written, so we'll have to see. All I know is that the book has pages going backwards. You have to hold things upside down, and it's just a mind trip, basically. But yeah, I might pick it up again one day. That is House of Leaves. Okay, next is Endurance, your favorite series. This is a no-brainer for me, sorry people, but this is the Dark Tower series, books 1 to 7. I've read the entire series. I want to do a reread quite soon. It is just purely magnificent. A blend of all sorts of genres, sort of science fiction, horror, little fantasy element, western elements, sort of a post-apocalyptic world. It's just sort of traveling between worlds. I can't go on. It's just absolutely mind-blowing, and it's Stephen King's masterpiece, and I'd like to reread it. And I do want to give a piece of advice, because for a lot of people, they get stuck on this book and they can't get through this book. They don't like this book for some reason. I loved it, but yeah, for a lot of people it's dull, it's boring, and then they put it down and they don't pick up the series. I promise you, read book 2. Finish this, read book 2, and then come back and talk to me. Because book 2, just the thing explodes. And yeah, from book 2 and 3 onwards, I love all of them, but it does get better. So you just need to stick with it. So yeah, that is the Dark Tower. Okay, next up is the Champs-Élysées. I hope I said that right. I've actually been to France. I've been to Paris. I've been to the south of France. I actually played rugby in the south of France. And I made friends in a pub there. And we played in the snow, which was insane. So I love France. I love French people. But I'm butchering their language, sorry. But anyway, let's get back to the books. Champs-Élysées, your favorite Paris novel. Now, funny enough, I couldn't find a horror one. And I might find one later and think, but I'm going to have to cheat a bit. I'm going to have to go with Tale of Two Cities by Dickens. And this is my favorite Dickens novel, possibly my favorite classic novel. No, not my favorite classic novel, but it's definitely in my top 10. I gave it 5 stars. In fact, a lot of other Charles Dickens I didn't enjoy so much, but I found this one very readable. Set in the backdrop of the French Revolution, I believe. I can't remember, it was a university read. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was one of my highlights of the books that I've read that are classics. It's A Tale of Two Cities. Oh, the next one's a nasty one. Okay, number 9, Lance Armstrong. Have you ever cheated to get to the finish quicker? Okay, no, I haven't. Sometimes if I'm a little bit bored with a book or it's not gelling with me, if I feel that I'm not really into it yet, I sometimes flick through the pages of the paragraph to find out how many pages are left in the paragraph, so that I know how long I still need to read to get to the end of the paragraph so I can give it a break. If I find myself doing that, it's danger signs. It means that I'm not really into the story, but I am trying to finish it. but it's like I need a break. It's just not grabbing me. But no, if I'm really into a story, no, who would do that? You'd spoil the ending. You don't do that. I wouldn't do that. Okay, and finally we have l'equipe. Tag some others of the BookTube team. Okay, I'm going to tag 4 big players of the BookTube team. Big Al does BookTube. Michael Wurtenberg, I think you might like this one, with the French and all. He'll definitely pronounce it better than me. Bookish Chaz and Pharaoh from Bookstalgic. I haven't said hello to you for a while. So there we go, those 4 people. And remember, you're not obliged to do tag videos at all. I like them because one of the big things about tag videos is that you having fun with other booktubers, number one. You're getting to know other booktubers, some of their interests, some of their tastes, some of the other books that they read. And you also, it gives you more videos that you can put out there. Like let's say if you're really struggling and you're struggling to be creative, you've only put 1 video out in a week, and maybe you've got a couple of tag videos in there, you just throw one out there. Helps the algorithm. And so yeah, that's a cynical way of looking at it, but it's true. And I just find them fun, basically. So I don't see, like, if I get big, I'm going to stop doing them, maybe, but at this stage, I just have fun doing it. So yeah, that is it for today. That was the French tag. I hope you enjoyed that. Tag de France. And yeah, tell me what you think in the comments down below. Let me know how you're all doing. And take care of yourselves. Keep those pages turning, and cheers.